Admiral's Log. It is with great satisfaction that I write this entry. The war with Britain is over, and we have emerged victorious. Our navy has performed remarkably, and we have barely lost any ships during the war. It is a testament to the skill and dedication of our sailors and officers. Our position in Asia has been strengthened further by taking territory from the British. This will provide more stability and safety to the region, and our people can rest easy, knowing that we have secured our borders. It's been a long and challenging war, but I'm proud of our navy and the courage that they have shown. Now that peace negotiations are underway, our fleet can finally get some much-deserved rest. But we must also be prepared for whatever may come in the future. For now, however, I will savor this moment of victory and give thanks to our brave sailors and officers for their service to Japan. Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome to episode 24. The war is over. The British have relented. After a 23-month war, the British are still claiming that I had a minor victory. But they are allowing me to pick a certain amount of positions on the map. So, ideally, I would bring Gibraltar into the fold. And, let's see, the Cayman Islands, I hear they're nice this time of year, but not really. The Turks and Caicos Island, I have no idea where that is. Now, you can see that the British have quite a few territories. I was still planning on invading India at some point, but I didn't actually get around to that. As for the rest, Zanzibar, no, not really. Maybe the Falklands? Or Bermuda? I don't have any territory over there. So yeah, let's suggest kindly that I get Bermuda and the SGSSI. I got fancy... Really? Ah, I did get Gibraltar. Haha, nice. Okay, so I did get Gibraltar and I did get Bermuda. Now I can make any ship disappear. The situation, however, is as such that I am now minus 280 million a month. Because I have most of my very expensive battleships at sea. And, well, let's say that my naval budget is more geared toward being at war than being at peace. So it is going to be imperative to rapidly pull my fleet back into port before I bankrupt myself. As for the upcoming ships, we're still building them. It's still going to take a little bit of time to actually get the Divine Broadside out there, another 26 months. But in the meanwhile, I did take some of the British territory. I finally managed to pull Wei into the fold. I also got a naval invasion going on Hong Kong, but it ended before I was able to land the troops. And I have Malaya over here, which gives me a lot of oil production. So, the British... Oh, and I did get Brunei, but I believe I already covered that previous episode. So, the British don't have a lot of territory left, at least not here. But it's not like the poor British are completely down for the count. They still have the whole of India. And that is definitely going to give them a substantial amount of income. This is 2.4 billion. This is 1.9 billion. This is 1.7 billion. They are not quite that poor. Laos is also British. Yeah, they definitely got a lot of provinces left. So, where does this leave me? Well, with a massive deficit, that's one. The second bit is, I believe I still... Oh, actually, let's check out the Strait of Gibraltar. Ah, yes. The Strait of Gibraltar, controlled by Japan. And now France and Italy are not allowed through. Am I at war with these people? No. So why are they not allowed through? The only reason why they're not allowed through, I suspect, is because the British... Yeah, the British are still at war with these people. So it looks like the game hasn't yet realized that I am now in control of this. And that I am actually allowing people through. Oh, you guys, you get to dock over here. Now this means that I have not only the gateway to the Mediterranean, but also a resupply port at that specific gateway. So... if at some point the British and myself clash again, and they want to send their ships to territories that they still have here? Yeah, like Limassol. They're either going to have to build ships at Valletta and or Limassol, or they're going to have to sail all the way around Africa in order to get in. Or, and that's another opportunity for them, another option, they're going to have to go and attack Gibraltar head-on. Now, it is not particularly heavily defended. I got 2,200 men there, and of course I will put minefields in place should that potential situation come up, but I hope it will not. As for the Bermuda situation, where... my geography is really not that great. I believe it's somewhere over here, right? The Bermuda Triangle and somewhere in the Caribbean. Somebody seen a Japanese flag yet? Because I swear I got something. Okay. Well, you guys can all point and laugh in the comments. It's fine. I don't care. Anyway, what is next? Where are we going next? Who are we going to visit next? Reputation is negative with the Spanish. Let's provoke the Spanish. Increase tension, yes. Why do I want to invade Spain? Not particularly. They got a lot of population out there. A lot of army. And it's not going to be easy to take them down. But it's a way, one of the few ways I still have left, to bolster my income. Which is rather required at this stage of the battle. I've already reduced my tech budget. If I want to go... yeah, no. I mean, I could put my fleet into limited mode. Which essentially means that they're... well, they're not quite mothballed. Look at how many ships I got at sea. They're not quite mothballed, but they are definitely costing me less if I put them to limited mode. The crew training will be severely penalized. That's not what I want. I want to provoke the Spanish. I want to go to war with Spain just so I can keep my budget up and potentially capture some terrain in, I don't know, Morocco, maybe the Western Sahara. Yeah, let's see if I can provoke the Spanish. Apparently, the Spanish have a bit of a temper. They're threatening us that they'll declare war if we do not show a sign of reducing the tension against their country. What tension, I say? We should gather the press to announce that we're mobilizing our force to prepare for a war breakout as a response to the continuous harassment of the Spanish Empire. Yes. So what happens next is that we're immediately finding ourselves at war with the Spanish. The Germans and the Soviets suddenly also clash. The Soviets and the Italians clash. The French and the Chinese clash. The Germans and the United States clash. The US and Italy. Japan and France. Wow. Japan and Germany. Japan and Italy, France and Spain, France and Soviets. Holy shit. So I instantly signed an alliance with the Spanish, who I was provoking in the first place. What the fuck? This makes absolutely no sense. So, let me get this straight. What happened is that I provoked the Spanish. I increased the tensions with the Spanish. And because I did that, the whole world kind of ticked over into a war situation. So I'm now at war with France and Germany and Italy all at the same time. Which means that the Strait of Gibraltar is going to be pretty closed, I guess? No, not yet. And I'm suddenly... boom. I was supposed to go to war with the Spanish. And now I'm their ally. Oh, man. Anyway, we're just gonna go more colony hunting over here. Because I do believe that there are some more territories that we can gather. Such as Saigon. Which is part of Annam? I'm not really sure. We're going to pay them a visit. We're going to see what French warships, if any, pop up. There is a battleship out there. It's not a big one. It's 30,000 tons. Well, it's still a sizable ship, but not very. These guys, I am going to task with another objective. Any more French ports out here? I mean, the Germans don't have anything. I kicked them out a couple of episodes ago. So... Madagascar is nice this time of year. Let's go there. Let's go on a merry cruise, because this is going to be a very nice strategic position. If I can capture this position of Diego Suarez, I'm going to have my foothold on the east side of Africa. Because right now I don't have anything there. I have something here. I have Heligoland. Oh, prepare the mining submarines for action because we're going to battle. Start dropping mines right in front of the German ports. Anything that comes out dies. It's that simple. Can I deal a blow to Germany? Because they still got some territory over here, but it's barely worth taking. Because it doesn't give you any income. So this means that the Germans in Africa... Let's say I'm going to not attack the German Africa Corps. As for... That's 1 million men. 47,000? Should I just invade Western Germany? I mean... I can. Kind of. They got 36 ships. They're building 61, they're repairing 16. They got 2 battleships and a bunch of smaller trash. They definitely haven't recovered from their previous war efforts. So this means that they are very, very weak. And potentially an easy target. Ah, Shimane. Excellent. That's my really big ship. Where are we going to go with Shimane? Do we want to capture Mozambique? Let's just go here. Let's just go here. It only defended by 324 men. I mean, I got more sailors aboard one of my ships there, so that'll be fine. Okay, so we're going into October 1927. My monthly balance is shifting all over the place. I'm now minus 46 million. That's rather expensive. Minus 71 million. Oh, it's because all my ships are going out to sea again. Minus 72. Yep. Now, notice over on the bottom left, the Soviet Union scrapped the Sokol, scrapped the Bezuprechny. They are definitely doing something to reduce the amount of ships that they have, especially apparently if the AI seems to think that they're no longer required. Yeah, humor me. So that means that the AI is not just relying on their old ships, they are scrapping them. What? Wow. They are scrapping them, and that means they're not going to be full of 1910 ships anymore. We got a Saxony-class heavy cruiser, the Fürst Bismarck over here. 15 7.2-inch guns. 8 5.2-inch guns, and 10 3.5s. This is going to be a challenge for the Wakaba class. Because they are fast, but this thing has a lot of shells they can throw in my general direction. And they might actually be able to inflict a substantial amount of damage. Knocking out 1, potentially 2, maybe even 3 destroyers before I'm able to get out there. So let's try and rush this thing. I'm going to do that in a formation line abreast, which is a bit different from what I usually do. And I'm going to use that to make sure that all my ships arrive at the same time. Sort of at the same time. Tight formation, gentlemen. These guys are now running 29, 29. Ah, there you are. Okay, so I got them detected. I still have to upgrade these things because I have dual barrel 3-inch guns available. I just haven't put them on yet. 5 kilometers out. Yeah, we can definitely rush them. Okay, they appear to be targeting the Oboro, which is their loss. You're going to continue on this way. Everybody break up. That way, that way, that way. Now, this has its own bit of risk, because it is entirely possible for the Germans to accidentally hit something they're not actually targeting, such as hitting the Ashi while they're targeting the Oboro, or in reverse. Yeah, I'm taking some damage here. Okay, so let's torp this thing. And then the namesake of the class, the Wakaba, is going to push in. I am running fast torpedoes, but this cruiser seems to already know what is going on. So it's already changing direction. I'm going to try and save the Oboro. Well, you might know what's going on, but you can't avoid some of these impacts. Boom, boom. 4.5k damage out of 2 torps, but one was a dud. So it was 1 torpedo that actually did that level of damage. It's pretty good. Let's go and drift. Throw the rudder the other way. Drift right back. Where's the Hasu? There. This way, boy. This way, this way, this way. Alright. You may torpedo when ready against Fürst Bismarck. And please start laying mines at, near, or around the Strait of Gibraltar. Because there are plenty of hostile contacts who would probably like to transit the strait. And I'm not particularly a fan of that happening. Yeah, you did. Okay, so they're not going to be able to do much with this cruiser against my destroyers. They don't sun damage, but not nearly as much as I thought they would. That is, if this thing sinks... There you go. Ooh, no, 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 no. It's a good thing that the battle ended. Unless we're going to hear boink. No. Because even if you get the result screen, the game is still running the battle in the background. Which is a bit weird. Now, let's see what other contacts we have. Because this was just one fight. There are definitely more around. And I need to start prepping the invasions of France. I need to start preparing my attacks over on the territories that I would like to get. So the fleet should be in position. All I have to do is announce to the French that they're going to get invaded. And they can either raise the white flag now, or in a couple months when I have all my forces deployed. It's really up to them. There is potentially... Oh, nice. There's potentially... What? This was already happening. Okay. German... What? The Germans are at war with me, with the US, with the Soviets, and with the Spanish, and China. An alliance is formed between the British, my former enemy of, what, 2 months ago? The US, the Soviets, the Spanish, and China. So we now have 2 sides to this war? With potentially 1 neutral party? Because I don't think I saw Austria-Hungary listed anywhere. Austria-Hungary is not allied with anybody. The Italians are fighting everybody but the French and the Germans. What a weird situation. So it's basically a world war, and Austria-Hungary is grabbing the popcorn and watching the battle unfold. Wow, okay. What do we got here? Ogami and Yahagi. Oh, I haven't updated you. Against heavy cruiser Irene and light cruiser Emden of the Sperber class. 2 7-inch guns and 20 3.3s. 19 knots? That is awful slow for a light cruiser. The heavy cruiser is also pretty old by the looks of it. 25 knots. Okay. The whole world has gone mad by the looks of it. And seemingly, this could be a longer war than I was expecting. Because I was gearing up for a war with Spain, and here we are, fighting basically everybody else. And I don't understand why the game acted the way it did. Because it doesn't really explain it. I mean, my reputation with the British wasn't good. But going from -25 to having 100 to a full alliance, that means that somehow the weight of the other nation's navy, or the threat level, if you will, is coming into play. That's my suspicion, anyway. That somehow, because, I don't know, I ticked off the Spanish, and because of that I also managed to piss off somebody else, and that kind of cascaded into this disastrous situation that we find ourselves in right now. Well, mostly disastrous for the enemy. Good lord, Germany, get a better cruiser. Cool, thanks for showing up though. Wow. Okay, so they haven't hit me once. What was I fighting even? What are you? Yeah, you're a really old heavy cruiser. Okay. Next. Ideally, I don't have to take down the transports anymore, because that has been supposedly fixed. So I still got the victory points for taking down the transports, even if I just eliminate the escorts. I don't have to go hunting around and doing this sort of roundabout way of I'm going to circumvent the escorts, take out the transports, and then come back. Although I could take a couple of shots at the escorts, but, well, it's a little late now. So that was a fight that lasted 11 minutes. Oh, hold on. The transports don't immediately leave the battle. The battle continues. Uh-huh. So a bit of pew-pew, and Germany's going to lose some more ships. Thank you. If you thought the battle against the cruisers was fast, this is even worse. One more. Thank you. Oh, there's another. Boom. Okay, I believe that does it. Yep, job done. Now, what I want to find is the French. Because I want to see where the French are. I want to see what sort of fleet the French have. Because I don't believe I've ever fought the French. This is the 24th episode. I haven't fought the French once. And I do believe that they are a substantial naval power. Even though they've been engaged in a war with the US, I think? Yeah, I believe they've been fighting the US for a while. But with so many different powers in the game, it is pretty tricky to keep track of everybody. Figure out what they're doing, who they're fighting, how their fleets are doing. It's a lot of work to try and keep up with everybody. So let's go to the politics screen and both check out how they're doing and announce my invasion. Let's go. Politics, if the game is so inclined. Hello? Oh, the game is about to crash. There we go. France, 65 ships, 7 battleships, 3 battle cruisers, and a bunch of smaller things. 630,000 tons. 757, 401 for the US. Sorry, 4.0 million for the US. They have... Holy shit. They got a lot of ships. They got a lot. I want to fight the US at some stage. Just to see how many ships they can actually send into battle. Because this is crazy. 4 million tons of ships. Austria-Hungary has a lot of cruisers and destroyers. China has been rebuilding their fleet. They're at 1.4 million tons. The Germans are on 232,000 tons. They really don't got much. When it comes to the Spanish, 279,000 tons. Barely anything. The Soviets, 603,000, and I just crossed the 1 million tons. Okay, I got a lot of allies. Bulgaria, Egypt. Egypt could be useful because it controls the Strait, the Suez Strait, I think. Suez Canal. It doesn't appear to be blocked for anybody else. Also, Gibraltar? Yeah, Gibraltar has definitely been mined. Blocked. For the French, the Germans, and the Italians. So if the Italians want to leave, they're going to have to go all the way around. Which, of course, is exactly what they're doing. They're going to Southeast Asia. Really? We're going to have a party. We're first going to have a party over here. In Cochin, China. Or in Annam. This is 1.5 billion income. 1.3 billion. 800 million? Wow. Okay, so we're definitely taking Annam. Politics? France, naval invasion. Annam, yes. So we're going to start that naval invasion. I am now looking for ships that have French, Germans, or Italian flags on them. I'm seeing 1 DD there, 2 DDs there, 1 battleship there, heading west. Cayenne. Yeah, 1 DD, 1 CL going the other way. Ah. You have my attention. Nice. So, if I play my cards right, and I take a lot of victory points from potentially any of these parties, I'm going to be able to start taking a lot of territory. That's the plan. Okay, and I've got a lot of shipbuilding capacity as well. I had a ship which was on suspend. Here, resume. Because one of my ships just came off of the slipway. Or should be. This is the Yashima. She's getting commissioned. 1 month left. But she'll still need to actually be refit. Because she's still sporting her 16.9-inch guns. Now, that's not what I want. I want her to get the upgrade to the 15-inchers, which are just better guns. And, well, considering the threat level and the types of ships that we've seen, I don't really need 16-inchers. They're a bit relatively too slow to load. They're not that good. Looks like my wish has come true. We found a French battleship. This is a Reine Blanche, the Savoy class battleship, displacing 31,000 tons, moving only at 21 knots. Now I got the Cade and the Mikazuki over here, and I might be able to take this thing down, especially since it only has medium bulkheads, standard bulkheads in fact. So rushing it, torpedoing it, and then getting out of dodge before it's able to shoot back, and just watch as it goes down. That's the plan, anyway. Whether I get intercepted by a 15-inch shell, I don't really think so. Not really, because the enemy generally isn't that good. Now, I could do a torpedo upgrade on these ships, because right now the torpedoes aren't really that potent. Let me have a look at this thing first. Yeah, Dreadnought era design. Few secondaries. 14 1.9ers, 8 4.2s, 4 3.7s, 6 3.2s. They've spotted my DD. That's fine. Range 7.5. Range 5. Commence smokescreen. I was hoping to see these magnificent French warships with quadruple turrets and stuff, but what we're getting is this Dreadnought era stuff. Oh well. Let's swing to the port side, because we're going to use his forward mobility and my forward mobility to increase the gap as quickly as possible, as opposed to sailing alongside. I cannot do that with the Mikazuki, because she's already moving that way. So what I mean, I'm moving this way at 38 knots, they're moving the other way at 25 knots, so the distance between these two ships is going to increase very quickly as they continue to move that way and I move that way. So their accuracy will drop very, very, very quickly if they don't instantly get decimated by the torpedoes. This will... Oh! Rude. This will cost... Damn it. That was not what I wanted to see. They hit me with the 1.9s. A lot. Okay, fire. This was an unexpected situation here. Torpedoes away, 3 down. Second launcher rotating into a position. Another 3 out. That's 3 down. The destroyer is dead. But this ship is flooding bow to stern. Okay, let's get out. We're going to do that in a turn. I might lose some speed in the turn, but these ships have really good engines and can accelerate through a turn. And we're just going to wait until the Reine Blanche sinks. Which at this point is fairly inevitable. There she goes. I lost 1 DD. They lost a battleship. I think it's a fair trade. For me. So, victory points against the French. Check. Victory points against the Germans. Check. I just need to find and eliminate an Italian battle group. And then I'm also going to be able to score victory points against them. Of course, ideally I'd find more battleships, so that the enemy battleships are going to give me a lot of victory points. And they do have that fleet moving my way, so I'm hoping to encounter them at some point. Looking forward to it, in fact. In the same month, we're also engaging a large convoy from the Italians, just off the shores of Tunisia. This is defended by the heavy cruiser Bolzano of the Castelfidardo class. They're armed with 12 8.5-inch guns, but again, they seem to be a bit of a relic. They're only doing 21 knots. Yahagi is leading the group with her 16 6-inch guns. And Wakaba, Ashi, and Hasu are out there to assist. There's probably going to be a bit of slaughter, but I just want to see how the Italians have designed their cruiser. I want to see what sort of firepower I should expect from them, what level their guns are at, and of course it's not going to give me a complete picture, because they could have just decided not to refit this thing ever. But it's better than nothing. This is going to be pretty much the best estimation of their firepower that we have up until now. Let's have the Hasu and company move up. I'm not sure if the Yahagi is going to be able to deal with the heavy cruiser all by itself. I suspect she can, because she has the 21-inch guns. Oh, sorry, 21-inch torps. 21-inch guns on a light cruiser would be a bit much. What do we got here? Interesting. So 7-inch guns up the bow. And then side mounts 8.5. Interesting. Could be a bit of a dangerous ship to a light cruiser. Might be better to have the destroyers do their side-by shooting. Their drive-by elimination. And let them do what they do best. If that doesn't work, I can always change the plan. And go for a kill move with the light cruiser. They're very interested in taking down the Hasu for good reason. They're already badly burning. Thanks to what the light cruiser's putting them through. Holy crap, are you going to succumb to overwhelming fire? Ooh, close shots on the Hasu, but she didn't get him. Outbound torpedo. Boom. More boom? There it is. Yeah, so this guy, many bulkheads. 21 knots. Guns, Mark III. Mark III, Mark III, Mark III. Stop. Turbo electric engine. Interesting, that's expensive. Well, 27 million. My light cruiser is more than 3 times that. Armor scheme, Krupp 2, Barbette 3, Anti-Torp 3, Triple Bottom, Reinforced Bulkheads 2, Anti-Flood 3. That's pretty good. Coincidence 2 Rangefinder, however, is not so good. I'm running Coincidence 4? No, I'm also running Coincidence... here, Yahagi. I'm running Stereo 4. Stereo on the light cruiser? Okay. That should be a coincidence rangefinding. Anyway, I think the Bolzano, even if she does land a torp, is going to be very, very quick to meet her demise here. Don't get hit by a torp now, that would be bad form. Come on. Ooh, transports. Oh! That's fucking rude. Ah. I should have known. I should have known. Seriously, torp the bastard. Seriously, don't torp the bastard. They're dead. Okay, transports then. Yahagi done 3.3k. You've done 186. You've done 82. So that means the Hasu did 5.9 without taking a scratch. 137 shells fired at her, but nothing actually connected. Wow. Now, considering the amount of foes that I'm facing, I think the light cruisers could be very useful in taking down so many transports all over the place. And I don't mean in this one battle, I mean on the strategic map. Because there are so many transports out there. And most of the navies that I'm fighting slash facing have already taken substantial losses. So pumping out a couple of light cruisers quickly could be a very nice way to start eradicating a load of transports and thereby, well, if it works, economically crippling any and all of my opponents. Jesus, Yahagi. This is just so vile. This thing is fucking vicious. Boom. What's done most damage? I mean, clearly it's the Ahagi. Oh, it's the 6-inch. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Flooding. Gone. So that was fun, Italy. Come again. I've done 500... No, I've taken 534 damage, and I've done 277,000. So the Italians get 3 points for showing up, and a participation medal. As for the rest, probably not that much. So, what's the other convoy? Because there was another one. I want to see what other convoy we have coming up. This other convoy is going to be an interesting one. I have 3 ships, 2 of which are not mine, but I can control them. So I get control over the Nizhny Novgorod, which is a Panzer-class battlecruiser from the Russians slash Soviets slash Communists. It's armed with 9-inch guns, which is actually the same caliber as my Mogami is using. And I got the light cruiser Tornado from the Spanish. I'm facing heavy cruisers Aquila, Re d'Italia, and Carlo d'Alberto, and destroyer Irquieto. 8 torpedo launchers on this thing could be a problem, as well as a high top speed. This one's using 8.5s, 7.1s, and 8.5s. So these are the side mount, the Castelfidardo. Yeah, let's just go to town. The only issue I might have is that the battlecruiser's a bit slow, but the rest of it should be fine. Okay, so this is the Soviet loaner. 9.3 Mark IIIs, packing standard turbines, semi-oil, reinforced bulkheads 1, single hull bottom, anti-torp 2, anti-flood 2, and Citadel 3. Enhanced reloading. Okay. Increased torpedo launchers, 18-inch, stereoscopic 3 rangefinder. They do have radio and acoustics. And they're doing 27 knots. They're not bad. The Mogami, coming in at 58 million, is more expensive than this battlecruiser. And the light cruiser Tornado... Old. These are the old turret shapes. Beyond that, what does she have? She has she has a pretty heavily armored core, 5.4 plus 115 inch, plus 115%. Reinforced bulkhead 2, anti-flood 3, Citadel 2, heavy shells, core die TNT. Yeah, okay. Not a terrible ship. If it comes to ships, I would definitely bet on the Mogami. Because I believe that the Mogami is going to be capable of outshooting both of these ships that I have on loan. It is interesting to not command my own ships in a battle such as this. Hello! Spanish are going off in their siesta. It is interesting because it means that I have a slightly different type of ship to command. One that I would probably not design in the same fashion. But then again, this design is not something that you really get a lot of liberty with. Oh, contact. Hello! Yes, that's the same type we've already seen. This is the other type, the other group. And you are the new kid on the block. So you're the packing the 7.1s and the 6-inch gun. Alright. Novgorod goes sideways. Mogami goes sideways. I don't want to lose any of my ships, even if they're not actually mine, because by losing a ship, you're also losing victory points, i.e. the enemy gains them. I do not want that to happen, so I'm going to have to be careful with my ships. The CL, I'm going to have to charge with going after their CL, eventually. Really? You're blocking everything? Give me HE. What sort of armor scheme you got? Because it's pretty substantial if you're blocking every single shell so far. You're firing armor piercing. Looks like AP shells. Yeah. AP shell capped. We haven't fully identified it, so I don't know what their armor scheme is. I need to figure out how to kill this thing. Beyond just keep slugging it. What's their weak spot? There's their CL. There we go, flooding. Something broke through. Looks like it was the battle cruiser that punched through. Yeah, 1099 damage. This is unfortunate. There. Okay, so this is the Carlo Alberto. You're not that heavily armored. You're not that impressive. And yet, I'm struggling to pen this cruiser. Stick to AP for now. CL? Jesus, you're gonna take a while to get there. Torpedo dodged. Yeah, focus on the Aquila. We're gonna spread out a bit. Switch fire to different targets. The Carlo, 0.5% chance to hit. This one 0.4, this one 5. Flooding. Ah, hello! You must be a light cruiser. No, you're a DD. One of those many funnel DD boats. Alright. Could you address this issue before it addresses you? Can you pen my cruiser? What are you sporting? Ooh. Loads of torps. Probably coming out of that destroyer. Your AP shells... capped. Okay. Shoot this one. Get in there. Don't worry about the DD, now that I know that it already launched the torpedo set. It's not as much of a threat. Aquila is taking some flooding and a lot of fires. Many bulkheads. Trained crew. What about the other one? Carlo Alberto. Trained. No torpedo threat anymore. Trained. Yeah, they're all trained crews. Can't see the DD anymore. I don't like that. I always want to know where the destroyer's at. Because it's the biggest threat. We have... yeah, we got plenty of AP shells. Perfect. Okay. It's interesting that these guys are actually putting up more of a fight than just doing a drive-by run with a torpedo destroyer. Come on, it's one big target here. Destroy the main gun. Very good. Mogami has taken some damage, but not nearly as much as she could have. Her accuracy is outstanding. More pen and more flooding. These are tough ships. Props to the Italians. Oh, you're about to find the convoy. That is very interesting. Switch fire to the Italia. We also got some small gun fire coming in from over there, so that's where the destroyer is at. Everybody link up again with the CA. I want to see if I can find the convoy and get the secondaries to eliminate the convoy. Carlo D'Alberto has been badly damaged. Sorry, Alberto. So her speed is going to be far less than the imposed or planned 21 knots. Pen, damage to main tower. Ah, finally the light cruisers joining the fray. %4 chance to pen with Novgorod. Pretty awful. Destroyed main tower. There goes your accuracy. I don't want you to die. Only torpedo when you can. Found the convoy. Hello. Secondaries on that. But this probably means that your accuracy against any of these cruisers is pretty awful. Okay, fine. Wrap up here real quick. I need you back here with the battle cruiser and the light cruiser, because these guys are actually struggling a lot more than I was suspecting. I thought, oh, this would be a quick fight, because the enemy is pretty bad. But then again, my ships aren't stellar either. Aquila is down. That's one. Focus fire on the D'Italia. She still has torpedoes. They're only 18-inch. In the meanwhile, this guy is wrapping the transports real quick. Just shoot this. You know, just plow right through the convoy. I hope to some extent they're packing torpedoes, but they're not. They're just packing 3.4s. So yeah, just plow right through and I'll get back to you in a minute. Come on. Can you pen this? You can't. Not really. HE everything. I'm gonna try and torch it. What sort of HE shells do you have? Soft capped. It's not ideal to set fire to a target. You wrapping up yet? Gotta be careful not to collide with anything. Secondaries on the Venezia. You're shooting... Why are you shooting something all the way over there? Right, put the main guns to work here on the Topazio. Nice drift there, though. Trying to get the thumbnail, so I need my... Holy crap. I need my guns pointing in a reasonable direction, thank you. Done. Carry on. Why are you firing AP? Because I told you so. Secondaries there. You guys alright? Yeah, they're definitely not alright. They have taken a lot of fire and they're now flooding on the stern. My CL, however, is having a rough time. Standard bulkheads. This is why you don't take standard bulkheads, my dear AI. It has a substantial chance to blow up in your face because you're going to start flooding. Don't do that. Damn it, they're still trying to shoot at the cruiser. This and that. Still a bunch of transports around. Yeah, it's going to come down to the battle cruiser to wrap this battle up. Okay, you're officially out of torpedoes. That means I can probably push in aggressively, increasing my pen as much as I can. Because this guy is pretty heavily armored, but also pretty badly burning. So, a bit more, and they should go down. Re d'Italia. Oh, here's the DD. But they're out of torpedoes. So you got an elegant fast gunboat using 5.1s. What kind of turret is that? Mark III. Okay. Look, if you're going to be approaching me to a kilometer, then you're asking for it. What the hell? Are you trying to ram me or something? Wow, these Italians. Okay. CA, are you done? You're still not done? Damn. Ah. That's one destroyer out of commission. Get back to armor piercing, please. And at this angle, I'm willing to risk it. Thank you. That's more like it. Flooding. Do better. Pen. Destroyed my torpedo launcher. Ricochet. Pen. Did you just destroy a main gun? Give me a sec. No, you didn't. No. No, they didn't. Okay, never mind. Just damaged, I guess. Good lord, this battlecruiser is getting ripped apart by the Carlo Alberto. And it's a shameful display. Come on. Ogami, I expected more. I thought you'd be done by now. There we go. How many do I need to sink still? A few. 87%. So yeah, these are the last two. Excellent. Because my battlecruiser is about to go down. Sun Spiridon. How's the CL? Well, they'll live. See, this is why you cannot trust the AI's designs. Done. They're so bad. So bad. Okay, at this range you'll never be able to pen. Stick to HE. If you can flood this thing out, that'd be fantastic. But just try and survive, because otherwise the Italians are going to get a bunch of victory points that I really don't want them to get. Mogami's racing back to the fight. Mogami, because she took down all the transports, has done almost all the damage of the whole battle single-handedly. 262,000 done total, 238,000 done by the Mogami. Of course, it's a bit skewed, but, you know, that's just the kind of stats that you get when you start doing thousands and thousands of points of damage when you're shooting a transport. Come on, where are your destroyer, or where are your cruisers at? Here we go. Carlo Alberto. Where's pen? At this angle and this range, we should be able to do something more. There we go. Pen. Time to slow down a bit. Switch targets to the D'Italia. Stick to HE for the secondaries. Partial. How much armor you got? 8-inch? Bloody hell. I thought I armored my cruisers up a lot, but the Italians definitely do the same thing. And here you can see how the Japanese shipbuilding is just leagues ahead of anything that the Italians, the Germans, the Russians, the British, basically any AI ship can field. And I really didn't game the game that much. I just put focus on research, and I didn't lose ships. Well, I lost some ships, just not nearly as many as the AI did. Bit more there. Come on. Blocked. Damage to casemates, fires, partial pen. Come on. Finish them. Destroyed main gun. Casemate. Tough little ship. 31%. 21% crew loss. I thought, well, if you're this badly damaged, you might have lost all your crew, but they haven't even done that. Because they're using spacious quarters. If they didn't, then the problem probably would have been resolved a long time ago, because the crew would be dead. I am somewhat tempted to just end the battle so that the Italians are stuck with two really badly damaged cruisers clogging up their shipyards. But the AI generally doesn't need any help clogging up shipyards. Because they're generally too bad with trying to build 1,500 new ships at the same time. So I don't really need to help them out with that. They already are perfectly capable of causing enough issues. Could you kindly finish this thing off? Structural integrity 25%. Destroyed casemate. Flooding. Yeah, that could do it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Sold to Neptune. Who's next? Flooding a bit. As opposed to the Carlo Alberto, my ship can actually survive flooding. Ooh, that's not great though. Take him out. Flooding, pen. The whole ship's on fire as well. Flooding. Tough thing. Tough thing, I'll give you that. I don't know if I came out on top with this battle because I took so much damage to my light cruiser and my battle cruiser. So in that respect, it's definitely not a good fight. But it showed my allies how good my own ships are. Okay. Oh, it's not that bad. I got 4,000 victory points, they got 120. It's fine. It's not nearly as bad as it looked. And, to make matters even better, I don't have to pay the repair bill for the battle cruiser and the light cruiser. That's going to come down to the Soviets and the Spanish. So, first opening volleys of the war, done. Convoys, sunk. Does that matter? I don't know. Initially, when they introduced the whole convoy hunting thing, I thought, excellent, I'm going to be able to neutralize countries just by blocking off their merchant shipping. Just killing as many transports as you can. Does that work? Not really. Because overall, it just seems that the AI doesn't really care if you sink 2 or 200,000 of their transports, they just keep going. Oh well. Naval invasion is on schedule. So if this works, then we're going to get even more control over Southeast Asia. Victory points, 2,300 there, 2,200 there, 5,000 there. Yeah, not bad. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Next time around, more fighting. Potentially more minefields as well for both sides, because everybody's deploying mines at this point. I hope to be able to catch some of these ships if they do want to try and make a run. But I'm not sure what's going to happen. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you soon for the next.